Hey, welcome to Upstate Eats. We are on every Thursday from 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock on Rochester Free Radio 106.3, rochesterfreeradio.com. You can live stream us. We're going to be adding it onto YouTube shortly where you can listen and see the food. We have Upstate Eats is on Facebook. You can add it. We have Instagram. What's the Instagram account? I know it's odd with the hashtag.
Upstate underscore New York Eats, NY Eats.
Okay, yeah, the whole underscore every once in a while throws me off. I'm not that big on Instagram yet, slowly getting there. But we are here. We have the Charlotte Tavern and their owners. We had a great couple of times. We went there for the food review, then it returned. So we're excited to have them in the house, and we're just gonna kind of get rolling and talk about what made you guys, or tell us a little bit about yourself, your name and everything.
I'm John Reynolds.
And I'm Craig Reynolds.
Yeah, and you guys are twins.
Actually, our corporation is the Twin Tavern Incorporated for the two restaurants.
Oh, that's cool.
We also own the Tavern 19.
Okay.
That's the place out in Hamlin on Route 19. That's our second location. But the Charlotte Tavern is the original. That was our grandparents before our mom and dad's, before ours, over 50 years and 3 generations in our family.
Okay, that's awesome. Do you think your kids are going to take it over, or?
If they want.
They'll say no now, but they might change their mind when they get in the corporate world or something.
Yeah, change it as the backup now.
Yeah, actually, I bought the tavern for my mom and dad about 18 years ago now.
Okay.
And about 5-6 years ago, Craig comes to me and he says, he was working as a president of a printing company here in Rochester. And he was just like, I'm so sick of working for corporate. I see you having so much fun. Let's do something together.
Yeah.
So we bought the second location, the Tavern 19, spent a year renovating it, did all the work there, and made that place into a successful restaurant. And now we've been focusing on Charlotte and getting the brick oven in there and just moving forward there.
That's awesome. I know you said you do a lot of the work yourself.
Yes, all the cooking, prepping.
No, I mean the cooking, but the construction work.
Oh, yeah, yep. Definitely general
both
contracted it
locations.
and had a lot of help from a lot of good friends of the tavern, and very, very blessed to have good people around us to help us through that.
Yeah, and you built the brick oven at the tavern yourself, you said?
Yep.
Which is pretty impressive.
Yeah, how long did that take?
Too
Did
long.
you read a book that said how to build a brick oven
We
for
had put
dummies?
one in at 19 already, so we kind of had a good idea of what we wanted to do, and they actually almost looked the same.
Okay. That's some, ideas, kind of everything, your candy with cooking, restaurant. You do a lot of charity work. You said that you went to school. It wasn't anything to do with cooking at first. It was, what was it for?
Actually, Craig and I got wrestling scholarships. We went away to college in New York City, and I got my undergrad in art and elementary ed, my master's in special ed. Did in-home therapy with autistic children in New York City for about 10 years, house to house. And when my mom and dad were going to sell the tavern, I just looked at it like I always have my education to fall back on. But if I let the tavern go to someone else, I'll never forgive myself. And
Yeah.
I'm happy I did.
Oh, that's awesome. So.
What I really like is that you guys do you make everything from scratch. The salad dressings. Talk to us a little bit about that. When did you guys decide that that's how you guys were going to do things, and with the second location, keeping that tradition?
Well, we started just buying stuff that wasn't as good as we can make it ourselves, and anything that we can make ourselves, usually it'll cost less, but it also tastes a lot better. So our meat hot sauce, John, you can talk
Blue
about
cheese,
that.
ranch, Italian, basil balsamic, our sauces. I make every week from scratch. Meatballs. Really, like you said, anything that we can, we do. And it's been cool having a second location now to actually make it enough for both. So now when we prep, we're prepping for both places so we can stay consistent. I know a lot of places, when they open a second location or they get bigger, what tends to happen is they start cutting corners and doing things differently.
Yeah.
And they're always say, oh, it's not the same as it used to be. And we really wanted to push hard, and not for anyone to be able to say that, for them to be able to be like, hey, this is still good, and you can get the same meal, the same pizza, the same fish fry, the same prime rib, whatever it is, at either place.
And all of our meals are made to order. So
Okay.
when it comes out, it's not just thrown in and heated up and warmed up. Everything's made to order, done the right way, and that's why it comes out tasting so good.
I always tell everyone, I'm like, I never say I'm better than anyone, but I'll be as good. 'Cause if
Yeah.
you're doing
Yeah.
it right, and little things like Alfredo, I'm going to saute the garlic, heavy cream, add the cheese, put the pasta in. I'm not squeezing it out of a bag from some, purveyor sending
Yeah.
it, and chicken parm. We're gonna pound a piece of chicken, flour it, egg it, bread it, fry it, sauce cheese in the oven, and serve it like that. And nothing's pre-made, and it's done to order the way it should be.
Yeah, we were there a couple weeks ago, and it was so good that we each came back on separate occasions. Do you want to talk about what you got?
Yeah, it was amazing. We did a whole sample of all different stuff the first time, and we got the pictures. So I'll be up on the site you see. But then I went back and I had the lobster French, which is hands down my favorite. That was amazing. Yeah, I love lobster, and I go all around getting it. So I never had French before that way. So
And I saw
it was
your
amazing.
And I saw your picture, and because I saw your picture, I got the same thing.
It happens a lot. I have a big, huge food fan following on Facebook because I've always been taking pictures, and I have like a Pinterest section and all that. So I was like, oh, when I had an opportunity from my other radio show to have this one, I'm like, I want to do a food review show, do different food places, and just have fun doing it. So
Yeah.
it's like one of the best ideas I came up with. So it's kind of neat. Well, she got it. We're set up in Rochester Woman Magazine online. I do a charity article about the groups I'm in, but we're going to have the restaurants featured and have that. And I've been talking to a radio station in Lockport that's kind of similar to this, where they're going to take the show and they're going to put it on there. So then we're going to get one in Syracuse. They're kind of covering the whole areas, like, because a lot of people for sports games and stuff go to Syracuse or they go to Buffalo. I mean, everyone does. It's really not that far. So you have all different spots and different chicken wing, garbage plate specials. I don't know. So
Yeah.
the radio station does a lot of different charity events or events to raise money because it's community radio throughout the year. So I'm going to start like adding in like kind of like a foodie contest or different things we can do that make it fun too, as like something Upstate Eats is adding.
Yeah, definitely.
It is fun making food for foodies.
Right.
People that enjoy it and have a general love for food, and they know you're putting your heart and your soul, and when you talk about it, they can feel it.
Yeah.
I love it when people come in and they want something different that's not on the menu.
Yeah.
Because we'll do that. If someone wants something that
If I got
there.
it, I'm gonna make it.
Yeah. Now, do you have any? I mean, I know how much you care about kids, and you have kids yourself. Like, do you do a kids' night or anything where there's like a magician or anything like that? Or
We have done like make your own pizza
yeah.
at the Tavern 19, where we set it up and we'll reel it out, and kids can make their
Oh,
own
that's
pizzas,
cool.
and then we'll just put it in the oven. So it'll have all the toppings, and we run that a few times. And
Oh, that's neat. I remember that like in Girl Scouts. We went and it was a Pizza Hut. We got to make our own pizzas like this big deal. It was so fun.
the kids love it. They always stand at the counter there, and I'm like doing like the sushi places with like pepperonis and
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
trying to get them to
yeah.
catch it in their mouth and stuff, and joking around. And my background is with education, so anytime I get to like be a positive voice or talk to kids and be there, I try to show them a good positive way to be.
And you've
Yeah.
seen our restaurant, it's open so kids can come up and see us make the pizzas.
Yeah.
And it's pretty fun. I've actually had kids out at the 19 sitting at the counter there cheering me on, clapping while I'm throwing pizzas up in the air. So it's a lot of fun.
That is cool. I like that.
Speaking of pizza, I know that we had a different variety when we went a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Last night when I went, I had a Big Mac pizza, and it was delicious. So how do you come up with the different pizza specials that you have? Because I know that you I saw garbage plate pizza on your
Yeah, we
Facebook.
have a lot of.
How do you
We had
guys
the
come
fried
up with?
bologna one.
Yeah.
Creative.
We can't call it garbage plate
Yeah,
pizza.
it's a
Okay.
tavern plate.
Tavern-
Oh, tavern
We did have
plate.
Nick
Oh.
Tahoe send us a friendly reminder that we're not allowed to use the garbage plate pizza, so
Oh, okay.
it's tavern plate pizzas now.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
The Big Mac pizza, John and I were just driving to work at the same time, and we called each other, and we do that a
We were
lot.
gonna do a burger menu of pizzas, like a bacon cheeseburger pizza, and we're thinking, I'm
Yeah.
like, what about a Big Mac? So like, and the Big Mac pizza has been a giant hit, and it's just anytime you get to be creative with the menu and try different ways for so long. It's been 17 years now. I've been doing the other menu and really narrowing it down to be cost effective and
Yeah.
and use the food that you have in the best way possible. You look at our menu and it seems like a lot of things, but it's cross-utilizing product.
Mhm.
And so that piece of chicken's a chicken parm, a chicken French, chicken Alfredo, chicken
Yeah.
marsala, whatever. So having the pizza added adds a whole new thing, not only for pizzas, but we can do other things where we have the vodka sauce for our vodka pizza, so we can
Okay.
do a vodka penne for somebody that wants it. And like we said, like cooking to order or someone coming in, a lot of things on the menu came from people coming in and be like, oh, can you try this or do this, and then end up people liking it, and we put it on the menu. So
Yeah, I gotta try the Big Mac pizza. I think it'd be good with cheeseburger shots, which is my thing. I like it a lot.
There you
go.
I love
well,
that.
when I make the Big Mac pizza, I take the dough and I olive oil it, and then I sesame seed the whole dough, and then I do American and mozzarella, the burger. Then we cook it. When it comes out, I put shredded lettuce, more Thousand Island dressing on the top, onions and pickles. And
Yeah.
it's just it tastes like a Big
Like
Mac.
yeah.
That
Yeah.
one, you said you created the pretzel pizza? That
Oh
looks
yeah,
amazing.
we did
Why
that
don't you tell us about
last
that?
night too. We wanted to we did a dough braid We do a four corners pizza where we do a cross across the pizza with a dough braid, and you can do 4 different corners of different kinds of pizza so the sauces don't mix.
Yeah.
And so what we did is we did that dough braid and we put it around the whole crust, and then we egged it and then salted it with the coarse salt. And then I did another circle in the middle that we did cheese in, and so that you could pull the braided kind of pretzel,
Yeah.
dough and dip it in the cheese in the middle, and then the rest of it was just a pepperoni pizza.
Oh wow.
So I took a before picture. Did you end up taking an
I did,
after
I did.
picture? Or we got to see that now.
Definitely.
I don't even think I saw that one.
Now, what cheese did you say you used?
I did like a cheddar.
Cheddar?
Actually, a customer brought in this cheddar from the Adirondacks, and he's like, "Can you make a pizza with it?" And I'm like, "Let's try this."
Yeah.
So we ended up cutting it up and letting it just go in the middle.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna do a beer cheese with it, right?
Yeah.
So I noticed it since we first went there.
Oh, that looks
At first you had a pool table room, and now that you're actually doing the construction yourself and you removed it, it's a good sign that the pizzas are bringing more customers, and you guys need more expansion and seating area.
Yeah, absolutely. Business is definitely picked up, and the word of mouth is definitely spreading. And I love it when customers will come up to me while we're making the pizza and just say, "This is the best pizza I ever had."
Yeah,
And-
no, it's up there. I mean, it's amazing.
One of the
yeah.
things that makes me really proud is, when you go out to places and they'll eat the pizza and you'll see when the pizza's done a pile of crust.
Mm-hmm.
The people don't eat the crust or it just sits there and there'll be like 10 pieces of crust. There's never any crust. The dough's so good, it's made fresh and done right that people eat their crust. People will order our homemade blue cheese dressing just to dunk the crust in and eat it afterwards. So.
It was funny. I think you actually posted something on our Facebook page about a pizza place that was actually serving just crust.
Yeah, I saw
Oh
that.
yeah, yeah, I saw it. Yeah.
It's like a little pizza box with
It
all
just
crust
crust
in
I
in
it.
know.
it.
I thought it was interesting because usually, I actually eat the crust on your pizza, which I just, as you said,
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, you're right, that is rare. Normally, I give it to the dogs, so it's like if they behave and don't beg, like I give them the crust after.
I remember in college, everyone would be fighting for the crust.
Right.
Like when a pizza came, like
I think it's one
the
or
crust
the
was
other.
a big deal.
Yeah, they love the crust or you're not.
Yeah.
You know? It's kind of like pickles.
Mm-hmm.
Not a big pickle person.
Actually,
so.
we did a pickle pizza tonight.
Oh, my mom would love that. She goes nuts for that
Pizza.
stuff.
Did she like the bologna pizza?
She did, yeah. We went and I got the
Katrina
fried
wasn't
bologna
down
pizza.
with the bologna pizza. at
I just don't
first.
really like bologna, so
There was a
wasn't
customer
my thing.
that came in and said, "Can you do some kind of bologna pizza?" So it was like a challenge. So
Yeah.
what I did is I did a Dijon mustard cream sauce as a base, and then I did fresh mozzarella and cheddar, and a little bit of meat, our homemade meat hot sauce. And then I did caramelized onions on top. And then I took like a little cup and cut the bologna into little circles, and then
Yeah.
just covered the top with like little pepperoni-sized bologna.
Oh wow, and now I'm getting hungry, so I'm glad that I have some chicken parm pizza.
Right. Yeah, so one of my favorite things is I love corned beef. Do you do like around St. Patrick's Day, like corned beef
Absolutely.
cabbage pizza?
We have
I-
a Reuben
yeah.
pizza.
Ribbon pizza?
That's
Okay.
our-
Yeah.
The tavern is an Irish pub. My grandfather's name was Mickey Gill.
Okay.
He bought the tavern in the 60s after World War II. He started as a bartender at the Powers Hotel.
Okay.
And he bought the tavern on his tips in the 60s. And Patty's Day, people wait outside. It's like a line
Oh, wow.
outside.
Okay. I
I
didn't
do
know
1,000 pounds of corned beef every Patty's Day. Like literally, it blows up my whole kitchen for a week.
Yeah.
So and we just cook corned beef and cabbage. That's all we serve for the whole week. I'll just nonstop serving that. So whatever's left, we cut up. We do Reuben pizzas, and
Yeah.
we did a corned beef hash pizza before with the fresh eggs and stuff. So
That's cool. Yeah, I love it. Like I go, wow, it looks amazing. They just showed the picture.
Yeah, that does look
I
good.
go every Wednesday, except I didn't go this Wednesday, but I go to. They have Charlie the Butcher out in Buffalo, and like they edit it in the Gnoco gas station. So every Wednesday I go to the gas station to
Charlie
pick
the
it up.
Butcher.
Yeah.
The corned beef dinner. I look forward to it. I go to work.
a lot of people come in all the time. They're like, "Why is your corned beef so much better than other places?" And like, there's no secret. You boil corned beef. It's not like some
Yeah.
magic secret. But what I think it is, I think it's the amount. We have these vats that fit like 200 pounds of corned beef in it at a time.
Okay.
So when you're cooking that much meat and flavor, and then everything from the juice of that corned beef gets cooked. The pearl onions, the carrots, the cabbage, everything gets cooked in that juice. So every batch, from the first batch, the first 100 pounds that I put in, to the 1,000th pound that we put in, is the same juice. So I'll take half the juice out, use it to cook everything else with, and then fill it up with fresh water, the other half, and then put another batch in and just nonstop cook corned beef.
Awesome. That's
Oh, now I want some
amazing,
corned beef.
I know. I totally I missed it yesterday. I'm just like, oh,
It just falls apart. Like that's one of my favorite times. I mean,
Oh yeah.
It does blow up your kitchen.
It's a lot of work. It's stressful.
Yeah, I believe it. Now, do you guys usually probably during Lent have fish fry specials and all that too?
Absolutely. That's when my grandfather opened the tavern, he only did Friday night fish fry and Saturday night prime rib. Like that was the special. Like there's a spice that we put on everything we cook called the love. I told you guys about.
Yep.
And the love was what he used to put on the prime rib. So when we were little kids doing dishes there, standing on beer boxes at the sink, my grandfather on Friday night would lay out 3-4 prime ribs. He'd cut the big fat flap and open it and put all these spices on it and Worcestershire and rub it in, and they would sit overnight on the counter. And when we were little kids, it was so good. We would lick our fingers and like touch the meat because that spice was so good. So when I took over, I got that recipe from my grandfather, and I have Stewart Spice makes all the fresh spices for me, and I use that on everything we cook. So it's in the pizza dough, it's in the sauce, it's on the French fries, every burger, every steak out, everything that we do has some love on it. So
Love.
Love.
spread the love.
Do you ever think you would package the love on
I
your...
sell it. People buy it all the time from me. I never like put it in a thing and sold it, but I usually just do a little 2-ounce cup and put a heart on it.
We do get asked a lot. That's
Yep.
definitely something we should think about.
Yeah, a lot of restaurants are
Like a
starting
blue
to do that.
cheese or
Yeah, we went to that one place,
Sidebar.
Sidebar, and they just started packaging their sauce.
Yeah,
too.
I think they do it all themselves, and they just sell it inside the bar. They don't
Right.
sell it at Wegmans or anything like that.
Yeah, no, I mean it'd be outside, but you have to go through standards.
Oh, yeah,
on the
well, yeah.
packaging and everything.
Definitely
'Cause my friend
setting,
Kevin
like-
Clark did it for that twisty sauce at Twisted Rail, and it was a long process actually. So they
You
did
gotta
get
write
all
it
like
out,
FDA
you
approved,
get
all
everything
everything.
that's on it and ingredients.
The problem with
and
some of that stuff is that you have to put preservatives in, which will change the taste and flavor
Yeah.
of some
Yeah.
of your stuff.
That's one of
so-
the things, like for when we make our ranch and our blue cheese and all our dressings, they're so good because there is no preservatives, and we're turning them over so fast. When you go to other places and you buy them in the store, they don't taste the same. So.
Yeah. Awesome. I think we're gonna cut in a song break, and then we shall return. More info.
Awesome.
Hey, welcome back. You're listening to Upstate Eats. I'm your host, Katrina Lee, and
Marcelli.
Yep, and we are in the house with owners of the Charlotte Tavern, who are also chefs and kind of do everything there, which is awesome, hands-on.
I like to say chief bottle washer,
Yeah.
cleaner of Johns.
So, what was your first job you ever had? Was it at the tavern growing up, like dishwasher?
Definitely washing dishes.
Washing dishes.
We had a good job though. We like nowadays it's who you know, not what you know,
Yep.
create the opportunities. And one of our customers and friends of the family was working for RJ Reynolds Tobacco. When we were little kids, we worked for Camel cigarettes, and we would build the like pack racks at the end of Wegmans and all the stuff and drive around. It was a great job.
It was
a little
super
kid.
easy.
Yeah. I remember the old guys were like, "Slow down, boys, slow down." We were working too fast. So, but back then, like 20 years ago, we were making like $10-15 an hour. So
Yeah,
That's
hey,
good.
That's
That's-
amazing.
yeah.
man. You know, I was working at a farm
Still
making
in high
like
school.
3-something an hour.
we did pick cherries for a while. Some
Strawberries.
strawberries, right?
Right.
And apples.
Yeah, I did stuff like that. I'd hose down the ground and pull worms out and sell it on the soybean tackler, go through the fields, pull rocks. I helped, birth a couple of cows. Working on the farm growing up,
Where are you
I was
from? Where are
10
you
years
from?
old, Holland, out in
She's
like
Buffalo.
Western New York, Buffalo,
Oh,
yeah.
wow, okay.
He's like, what? yeah.
Oh God.
It was great times,
It's all starting to make sense now.
I'm
Craig.
thinking about getting chickens. I was looking at it. I always
Don't do
wanted
it.
them.
They're
Craig,
terrible.
Craig lives on Honeoye Lake. And
Okay.
he had chickens before, and
Yeah,
they just shit everywhere.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry, I can see that one. But
Now, did you just have them as pets, or did you?
For eggs.
For
They
eggs?
were-
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
They were disgusting.
They were.
Yeah.
The eggs.
And
The eggs or the
something-
chickens?
Something kept eating them. Like the
okay.
chickens, they
Oh.
took them away.
Oh, foxes or something too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to worry about that.
Coyote.
Coyotes. Yeah.
Coyote. Yeah, we had a couple in our yard, and they were like killing the neighborhood dogs and stuff. We're having bear problems now, so you got to watch when you go outside for
my
the
Lucky you
bears.
have 3 protection dogs.
Oh no, they're useless. They probably lead the bear into the house.
Hey, right this way.
Right?
She's delicious.
Hey, let me help. So let's talk about desserts. How do you do you make them yourself? Are they in house or?
We do have a chef at Tavern 19, Chris Sherry. He's very talented. He was went to Culinary Institute. He was classically trained in
Okay.
in cooking and pastry chef. and he makes a lot of homemade cheesecake. So we're able to really work with him on lots of different flavors and making up some cool ideas for. Like I know you guys tried the s'mores cheesecake.
Yeah, the s'mores cheesecake I had last
Yeah.
night was delicious.
So we're always trying
That was
different
amazing.
flavors.
Yeah.
We did one. We called it the King. That was a peanut butter, bacon, and banana for an Elvis Presley
Ooh,
Oh, that's
mixture.
cool.
We
yeah.
did candy bacon. We've
That was
done
actually pretty good.
yeah,
That one.
pistachio one. We got a Snickers one. One of the biggest ones that I came up with that I thought was really cool was an almond joy. So
Okay.
we did like candy almonds on top, and we a chocolate ganache, and we mixed fresh coconut with the cheesecake itself, and it was like it tasted like an almond joy. Like that was a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Peanut butter pie does really well
Yeah.
too. That's a staple that
Chocolate
we have.
chip.
all
Of
the-
course, yeah, that makes
But
sense.
none of them you can eat by yourself because it's so
Yeah.
big and
It's huge,
decadent.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Do you do more than just the cheesecake then? Or is it primarily
No,
cheesecake
we'll do
is
all
what
kinds
you
of things. He does everything from like when we have a big Mother's Day brunch at Tavern 19. It's a big party house restaurant.
Okay.
We do a lot of catering events, weddings, and rehearsal dinners to class reunions, and so we'll do all different things with that. He'll do danishes and donuts and regular cakes, to
Cannolis.
cannolis.
Yeah.
Like,
Have you ever thought about having him host I know some restaurants or bars do learn how to make this type of class and have people
We
you know-
talked about that before of doing even like breaking it down simple things like sauces, doing
Yeah.
a French sauce, a regular pasta sauce, a vodka sauce, a Alfredo, or how to do dough right or make homemade bread but ultimately you just have to have time.
Right.
So
Yeah.
we're like so stressed and busy and trying to do everything that we can to be successful. Like hopefully when we get the right people in the right spots, we'll be able to have time to do stuff like that.
Yeah.
I wish I had time to do stuff
Right?
like that
Yeah.
myself. Because I see it at like Costa Larga and all different places, these classes where you
Yeah.
can make like cool terrariums and you drink at the same time. I don't know about the paint night ones, but there's other like floral arrangements and like crafting with
Definitely.
jewelry that I would love to do. But it's just like, oh man, I never had the time. Or paint your wine glasses.
Yeah, Rochester Brainery. There's one right downtown, and you can go online, and there's a ton of different classes that range from making your own jewelry
Yeah.
to around Christmas time they do design your own wreaths.
Yeah, yeah, that stuff. It's
There's
so
like
much
a
fun.
yoga one. There's random ones that you can do. Learn how
Yeah.
like decorate a cake, and you get a decorated piece of cake and take it home and eat
Yeah,
it.
I did cake decorating before. That was fun at Joanne Fabrics. Like I just like that type of stuff. It's kind of cool. So
Yeah.
I want to get back into it. I wish I should just throw one at my house for the night owls, and they can all just come over.
Yeah.
I guess I'm actually looking. Even the same with my nails. It's just hard to do that. So, I know that you said you lost a lot of weight, and I've heard people commenting on it at the restaurant. And you're on the keto diet. You said so. You have special menu items specifically
We have been doing some keto dishes at the rent
because I know it's a big trend. So
Yeah.
why don't you
So
tell people about
people
it?
come in and like we don't have it set written, but there are a lot of things that we can do that are keto for people. Like we do pizzas on a portobello mushroom. We'll do but anything from haddock or steaks and stuff are all keto. And we've been working on some cool stuff. Like we ran a keto special with the cauliflower rice stuffed peppers. We've done
The risotto.
the cauliflower rice risotto, and just trying to be creative with that and find ways to be healthier and
Yeah.
be doing this longer.
Now, one of the pizzas you said was a cauliflower crust. You said the keto, or what was that one you just made?
The cauliflower crust, yep.
Yeah, is that a big seller too, or I'm
No,
not on that
I haven't
diet.
pushed
Yeah,
it
no,
yet.
same.
Cauliflower crust is hard in the high heat oven like that. You have to really mess
Oh,
around.
watch it.
Because
Yeah.
it cooks so fast.
moisture
and,
in them.
like the
Mhm.
moisture is really hard.
The first time I tried a cauliflower crust in the oven, it just stuck right to the bottom of the oven.
Okay.
It was tough because of
So
it's
work
at
in
900
progress.
degrees.
Yeah. So have you guys ever burned yourself? I'm sure with the ovens and things through the years growing up, right? You look. I did. I worked in a pizzeria too, so I had.
Just looking at our
Power
forearms are all scarred.
Yeah.
Scars are cool though. Girl.
Battle wounds.
Right.
Feels like scars.
My hands can't even feel pain anymore. Just,
Right.
I think I could pick a fish fry out of a fryer with my hands.
Yeah, and years ago I used to be able to do that. Just pull the pans right out and everything quick and throw it down on the table. It would come off a conveyor. It wasn't like a brick oven one. So
Oh no, I have like a fear of burning myself, so anytime I cook, I have like oven mitts like ready to go.
yeah.
That's probably the smart way to do
Yeah.
it.
The good thing about our oven is if you burn yourself, you won't even feel it because it's so high of a temperature. It'll burn the nerves right off.
Actually,
Yeah.
talking a little bit about the oven.
Yeah.
Where we went to college in New York City, there's a pizza place called Goodfellas. It was a 12-time international, 2-time world champions for pizza.
Wow.
We got to know the owner really well. He's a really cool
What
guy.
part is this area? Because
Staten
I'm going
Island,
to
Staten Island,
New York
Brooklyn.
this week,
Oh, yeah.
next weekend. Yeah.
Staten
so.
Island, Brooklyn are the
Okay.
original. Like, we got to know Scott really well. He came and installed the oven with us on the first place and really helped us through the process. Craig and I both did a 2-week Master Chef class in New York City at their restaurant, and we're going there, and we went to school there, so we're like, oh, we're gonna see our friends, some fraternity brothers, and hang out. We get there, and they worked the shit out of us. Like, we were like, I done. I'm like, I could barely move. I was so tired.
We were paying them to do all their
Yeah,
work
do all-
for them.
I mean,
in the
dough
restaurant.
and rolling stuff. Yeah. But we learned a lot, and we actually, I feel like learning and seeing how they did it, we were able to come home and make our setup better, more efficient, more, just out of the experience of what we do. And we were making food for them and showing them some of the stuff that we do. So it was a collaboration, and they have a great website for everyone that gets their ovens and stuff to be able to go on and bounce ideas off. So if there's problems and putting some of your pizzas on. So we have this great community of pizza places
network,
all
yeah.
over the country. From Alaska to, they were just in
Vietnam, actually.
Vietnam,
installing
putting
Wow.
ovens
Oh, wow.
in. And all the ovens come from Italy. They get shipped right to the restaurant, right from Italy, and big crates and stuff. And so
It's
it
incredible.
was a good
6,000
experience.
pounds.
Yeah,
Wow.
it was a great experience to be able to put it together and learn, from the people that have been there and been doing it for a long time, and to capitalize and find ways to make it better,
Yeah.
make it ours.
There's an art and a science behind it, and making good dough, you have to have that science down and make sure that you're doing
Yeah,
things right.
a lot of people go and they make dough and they don't measure the temperature of the water or the dough or the flour, and when you do it, like, yeast rises at a certain temperature that makes a perfect dough every time, and when you do that equation and you measure everything out right, you're gonna have a perfect product every time. That's what we're all about.
That's great. So we talked about tacos a little bit on the break.
Taco Tuesday pizza. Make a good taco pizza. I make homemade guacamole. I do a chipotle marinara. We'll do the taco meat with cheddar cheese on the pizza, cook it, it comes out, and then I'll do fresh fried tortillas on it, lettuce, sour cream, the chipotle marinara, fresh guac, and fresh jalapenos.
And is that a
Nice
big
pizza.
seller on Tuesdays?
We've been running it, and we run it as a special, so it's not like every Tuesday.
Okay.
So I'll do it like every Tuesday. We'll do once a month. So one Tuesday I'll do taco. One Tuesday I'll do garbage plate pizzas. One Tuesday I did the bologna pizza. So we're trying to do different things on those days to bring different reasons for people to bring them in.
You sold out the first day you did it.
Taco
didn't you?
pizza
Yeah.
sold out.
Awesome.
Because usually if I got all the products, because these are things like people are like, why don't you have this on on menu all the time? Because a lot of the stuff that goes on it isn't stuff that we have on our menu all the time. So when you get it just for that, and there's no other use, you're going to throw product out and have
Yeah.
waste. So when you run it as a special, you run it until you run out of what you have.
Right.
So that's what we try to introduce. And then if it keeps going and getting bigger and bigger, and people want it, eventually it'll make its way on the menu. So. We love people to ask. So, like, if you like something a certain way, a little darker, a little thicker crust, you like it more sauce, like, ask, because, we want to make it to the way you want and take a lot of pride in being able to do it when you make everything to order that way, for whatever way you want it. So.
That's great. And I think the outside is a little bit newer, right? With the fire pit
Yep.
and
We did do some work. When we opened the Tavern 19, we put a lot of time the last 5-6 years renovating it and making that what it is today, and the Tavern definitely took a little side step for that as we were focusing on that. And I remember about last year, the end of the summer, Craig comes to me and he's like, I want to start doing stuff, and we didn't have all the money to do everything we wanted to do, so what we had to do is just do a little piece at a time. So we started opening Sundays for full menu out at the Tavern 19 and taking the money and putting that aside and using that to do little things at the restaurant slowly. So we just started working on the outside, painting, taking the old awnings down, putting up new signs. We put a 1920s door on the front from a Palmyra library. We got at the Rehouse. We took out the drop ceilings and brought it back to the original boards and stuff, and just opened it up and did all the things we wanted to do for so long, and just did what we could by just some sweat and hard work and
We spent a lot of our days that we have off down there
renovating.
and every Sunday, Monday, Tuesday we'd be there, and then trying to clean up before we open the bar. So that was kind of a challenge.
It was like the whole place is blowing up, and we're like, all right, we got like an hour, everybody. So
Yeah, when you have a place that's almost 150 years old, and you take down all those drop ceilings and start gutting out stuff, it gets a little messy.
I would say the
believe
biggest
it.
thing was the wires. Like, you take a drop ceiling out that's been up there for 60, 70 years, the amount of wires, the cable wires, the lotto wires, the jukebox speaker wires, like
Network,
everything, like, and when you have a drop ceiling, they're not like going around the edge, they're going straight across, whatever. So just finding out what wires we can get rid of, what we can use and do that was interesting, but we did it and we're 100% ready for you guys to come in now.
Yeah. So when you guys renovate, do you like Google what to do, or does things just come to you? Do you read how to renovate for dummy books?
I would say it's a community. You know, like when you have been open that long, and the customers and people that come in for generations, we've been very, very blessed to have them help us do it. And if it's something we don't know how to do, we know someone that can come in and do it, and then learn how to do it. Like, I'm not paying someone to carry drywall, you know.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna do that myself. I'm gonna, like, the things that we can't do, to have people come in and help us make it happen. You know,
A lot of good friends from both
Yep,
places.
absolutely.
We have friends out in Hamlin that came and helped us.
yeah, Carl and Tommy and
Axel,
some of our
yeah.
bartenders out there. They came and did brickwork and helped us. You know, another guys from out there did siding, and another guy's a drywall guy. He's the boyfriend of one of our waitresses, and just using people that care about the tavern and have that kind of tavern love to help make it what it is now.
Yeah. Well, I'll definitely have to come by to Hamlin to check out
Yeah,
check
you guys
out that
definitely
place.
have to
Definitely gotta check out
come
that
out
one,
there and
yeah.
do a little tasting.
Yeah, for sure.
You'll feel the tavern vibe out there too. It's definitely
is.
there.
Now,
Yeah.
is the menu for both
Same.
locations the same? Okay. Now, when you guys do your different features for, let's say, your pizzas, are they going to be the same, or are they going to be different?
We switch it up.
Switch it up.
You know, depending on really what do we have, what we go, and what people are asking for. Sometimes I've seen Craig do on Facebook, which he does a lot of the social media for us,
Okay.
and he'll say stuff like, you know, what pizzas you guys interested in? Put 3 or 4 options.
Yeah,
And people
people
will
can vote.
vote
Yeah,
in on
that's
it.
cool.
And that's the one we run, you know, that week. So, what's the big one that always people want?
The Big Mac is probably the most
Okay.
popular
Yeah.
one. We're doing it this week actually
Yeah,
out at 19 because several people all last week. When are you going to run it? When are you going to run it? Then of course someone wants the tavern plate pizza.
Yeah.
After we talked about that one, so I think next week we're going to do the tavern plate pizza and then the mac and cheese pizza, which is
Okay.
a really, really good one.
And I think I saw on your website that you guys do catering. Is that right?
Absolutely. A lot of catering. We just did a wedding this weekend. It was a wedding reception from someone from out of town, and it was a teacher that was at Hilton, and he had retired and moved away, and he wanted to do a nice party for his daughter and have a reception here in Rochester. We had like 90 people, and they did all pizza and wings, and they sat out on the front patio and the porch and the front yard. We put tables out there, and it was a great venue and a great time. We had bands out there and stuff playing, and everyone we had great reviews from everyone, and good food and good people. And
We're really good at doing parties and catering things out there. We have the space, we have the people that know what they're doing, and we can do it for a fair price too.
Now, are you guys ever contemplating opening for lunch?
we are actually in Charlotte. We are not, and the goal is to eventually at Tavern 19 about the beginning of the summer. We started doing lunches there Wednesday through Saturday,
Okay.
11 to or 12.
So 12 to 4, we're doing the lunch menu, and it's Wednesday through Sunday.
It's been slowly picking up and just giving people as many reasons as we can to want to come in. is the
Yeah.
goal.
That's good.
Yeah, that's great. So with the catering, I know people can go to you. Do you guys go on site to somewhere, or?
Mostly at word of mouth, people connect. We do have some catering menus online and stuff like that, and so anytime people can connect on Facebook or on any of our websites and stuff like that, or
You mean
just
going
call.
to an event?
Yeah,
and-
to an event.
yeah.
Like if someone was
yeah.
doing a graduation, would you go to their house?
Yep.
We can. Yeah, we have all the
We
equipment.
did
and everything to do
a
that.
few years back. We did a pizza party for a wedding, and
Oh,
they
yeah,
wanted,
that one
we
was
did
fun.
like 200 pizzas in an hour. And what we did is just do a cycle of we just kept making pizzas, and then had someone drive them, and then come back and pick up 80 more pizzas.
wow.
And it was like 3 hours or like 500 person wedding that we had just did like nonstop pizzas from.
We did a time lapse video of it.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny to
Oh, that's
see
funny.
like how
Oh wow! Yeah. yeah.
fast?
fast it
was
went.
cool. So,
Did you guys time each other on how fast you could make the pizzas?
more folding boxes.
Oh,
that's
folding
that's the
boxes.
Full
competition.
boxes, yeah. I
Yeah,
used
my
to do
son's
that.
pretty good at that.
definitely owns.
I used to
the
like get the
Jazz.
cardboard paper cuts back in the day. Those were the things. We used to sit in the basement at Ricotta's Pizza in Orchard Park. All the Bills traffic, and I used to delivery drive. It was insane. Like, I think that's why I'm not even a fan of football yet, because I had to drive and go through all of it as a kid and deliver things. It was just obnoxious. Like, that's the reason they don't want to leave, because they don't want to deal with
Go
it.
Buffalo.
Every time there'd be a snowstorm too, that's when they would call and want pizza delivered, and it's like real
Oh, yeah.
dangerous.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it's like, come on, just leave. So, what are your favorite things that you guys personally order or make, even just customize for yourself there?
I don't know. I don't really eat that much there, honestly.
It's, when you're cooking it, like someone could leave like some Taco Bell and I'll be making a meal out of it, like
Right.
because it's something different than what you have all the time. Especially your last 20 years, you're around the same kind of food, the same
Yeah.
kind of thing. So anytime I can make something different or new, like I'm like, all right, cool, like. So
I've been on the blackened haddock kick lately. I've been eating that. 'cause
pan-seared.
That's
Okay.
I made that for you
good and
guys
Yeah.
healthy, you
when
know.
you came in. I did a jumbo combo all
With
black.
the scallops and the shrimp. Yep.
I remember when we were in New York doing our training, and I noticed that the Goodfellas guys weren't eating their pizza. I'm like, this is crazy. This is the best pizza in the world. Why aren't you eating the pizza? And
Now we
they're
get
eating
it.
they're eating a
They get it,
salad and
yeah.
everything. After you make thousands and thousands of pizzas, you're like, I'm just not in the mood for it now.
Yeah, and I can see that. Like, I love chicken wings still, even though, like, I mean, they were always free too. We get the reject ones, and they have like feathers and stuff sticking in them. And you like be like cutting it off and stuff, just
Reject
ignore it, pick them out.
I'm actually, when you guys were there, I made the wood-fired wings. So what
Yeah.
we do is we fry the wings, we mix them in any sauce that you want, and then we put them in the wood-fired oven at that 1,000-degree temperature. It just cooks the flavor of the sauce right into the wing. It makes a nice crispy char on the wing, and we've been selling them a lot. Like they've been a great seller, and people go crazy for the wood-fired wings. So
Yeah.
Yeah, those were
Guys get
really
a chance,
good.
definitely
Really
try 'em.
crispy. Awesome. So, how can people get a hold of you guys? What are your social media pages?
We're on Instagram.
On Instagram?
We're on Facebook.
Yeah, just what do they look for though?
Tavern 19, Charlotte Tavern.
Okay.
Yeah, we're on all of them, really.
Facebook,
We're pretty
Instagram.
active on them, yeah.
We have websites,
We have Twitter,
thecharlottetavern.com.
we have Twitter, but we don't really use that too much.
tavern19.com.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know who
Yeah, I
uses
tried Twitter
now.
and
Yeah.
like I
Twitter's
just couldn't get
definitely
into it. No one was on it. It was
Yeah.
just like I really had nothing to say. It just seems like people who read a lot of articles.
It's good for news, yeah.
Yeah.
but-
Yeah, news like politics and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm like, no. It's too much. I didn't really even get into LinkedIn, but now that I'm doing some medical sales for the one charity thing,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
really the forum I should get on. So I'm like, gotta restart it.
Yeah.
I'm linked.
Yeah.
I'm linked too,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's good too because then you guys, especially so with the ovens and the networking with all the restaurants and stuff. So
They've
or
been
wrestling,
really
right?
great.
Yeah.
Like some of the people through the network there, like ideas, or people are asking about certain doughs, or what happens if this rises too late, and just having that ability to be able to call people and talk and
Or
just,
what POS system
Yeah.
you're using,
Yeah.
or my dough's not rising properly. What
Yeah,
could be
yeah.
the cause? And
what's
it's
the
just-
best pepperoni to use, or best sauces that you get. Like we make all the sauces we have. Like we make a homemade marinara. We do a mushroom porcini cream sauce. We do a white sauce. We do a vodka sauce and a buffalo cream sauce.
Wow.
So those are the basis of what we have. And some of the other sauces we'll make, we'll do like a bruschetta tomato with fresh cherry tomatoes, olive oil, some love and fresh basil, and use that as actually a sauce on the pizza. That we do a bruschetta with the fresh mozzarella.
Yeah.
It's a great. And then I'll do the balsamic reduction, and then squirt that on the top, and it's a great
Yeah.
pizza there as a base. And we'll do a smoked cream red pepper cream sauce. We'll do like a bunch of different sauces, whatever comes up. For the bologna pizza we made, it was a Dijon cream sauce that we did
Yeah.
on it as a base. So trying different ways and different things that we can make to make it good is
That's great. So for those people that are listening that are looking for a job, are your locations hiring at all?
always. It's the hardest part of the job, really. Honestly, like anyone in the business knows that the hardest part of the job is staff. Finding good people that want to work, that have work ethic, that want to make your place better is the hardest part. Cause
Yeah.
It's taken years, really,
Yeah.
to get the staff that we have, and they're great,
very blessed.
Yeah.
but it is the most challenging. People, not
I know if I don't
challenging,
give a shout out to Emily, because she's
Yes.
like
Right.
she's
Yeah.
the bartender
Emily.
for the girls in there. She's like, you better give a shout out to me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, sure we
She
give
was
Emily a
great.
shout out.
Yeah, she's great, and she's very knowledgeable.
Definitely.
Very, very
She has the
knowledgeable.
tavern love. It's one that we call like people that work for you. You have employees that just come in to get their check and go
Yeah.
out. Then you have people that have the love for what you do and are passionate. Like I do this not because I want to or I need to. I do it because I love what I do. I love to cook. I love to create. I love to have my family around and be successful together. And I feel like you're only as good as the people you surround yourself with. So very lucky to surround myself with good people.
And even the vibe there, the people that the customers and patrons that go there, they enjoy the company too.
Absolutely.
Because I
They're part
remember,
of the family. They
yeah,
really are.
because I remember when I went there last night, there was a woman there at the bar that remembered me from coming a couple weeks ago.
Taking the pictures
yeah,
and everything.
So
Everyone's like,
she
"Oh."
remembered that. So it was cool how the patrons are like family. So
I like
that was
seeing the
cool.
generations. Like there's people that come in that I remember as a little kid, that was their fathers that come in, and they're like old people that come in now, that were like, the generations of families that come in, and there's not too much of that around anymore. And that was really one of the big reasons that made me want to move home and take over the tavern is, you look at what helps make you who you are and be able to pass that on to your children and other people. Feel very blessed to have that.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, we are Upstate Eats. I'm Katrina Lee. You can find me on Facebook, KatrinALEE, or my other page. I have two of them. One's more a comedy one, and one's more rehab because I'm involved with the rehab community. That's Katrina Leely, Leelee. We have Upstate Eats on Facebook. We're on Instagram. I post lots of public so you can see it. Add us. We got more and more coming and more updates. Who's coming on next week?
That is still TBD.
Okay, yeah, so we'll have it. We'll post it on our Facebook shortly. So
Yep.
we'll figure
And
it out.
our Instagram is upstate_NY Eats.
And your information?
Yep.
Or do you want to stick you up?
Yep, this is Marcelli Mossman. You can find me on Instagram, on Facebook. We both handle the social medias for Upstate Eats, so stay tuned. There's a ton more coming. Thank you both for coming. We truly enjoyed having you guys come. If you have not been to Charlotte Tavern or Tavern 19, make sure that you do. Check them out. The food is amazing.
And feel free to say that you heard on our radio show.
Yes.
So
Yes,
that was
absolutely.
good.
Thank you guys so much. For
All right,
having
thank
us.
you so much.
See you next time.
Bye.